A great tremor shakes the earth as air flared with this fiery projectile bursts from the tree line, arching high, incredibly high, aimed towards the buildings, just missing, but the actual impact of them landing on the ground, even as far away as Thel and Val are. Any little bit of mist that was around dissolves instantly. And as Thel and Val, you are thundering across open grass, this inferno behind you, another series of attacks. First round of attacks just short, and it seems that as they've adjusted and recalibrated these attacks, just a minute or so later, another set of fireballs streak over the sky, and you feel and hear the impact as the nearest buildings towards the tree line, as the building shudders and collapses, glass shatters everywhere, and building is still standing with massive impacts on the side. You guys are running. We need to go. Hurry. And then he grabs you as the ground shook a little bit. Thel grabs you by the hem of your shirt where your shoulder is and keeps you guys going. Feet just hammering on the ground. Where are you headed to in this moment?
Okay, what building was struck? I would know this.
It is one of the actual academic buildings. It is the one that's one of the closer buildings towards the northern tree line. But they should be empty at this point, but you are unsure. You know the next couple more buildings, more towards the edge, are a lot of academic buildings. The next line would be where the greenhouse is, where the dormitories are, and a little bit towards the east is where the war room and the bell tower are.
We need to warn the conclave. If I'm sure they felt the shake, but we need to tell them what's coming.
You guys start making your way towards there. In actuality, the distance not that far, but in this moment, as another series of fireballs make their way, you hear as you are approaching, even from a distance, you can feel the immediate heat as these incredibly large. It's hard to tell even what the actual core of what these projectiles are, but you could tell that they are wrapped in some kind of thick cloth that also seems to be, even in the fire, you could tell has some more resin or something that seems to keep the fire going. And so even as they are partially embedded, some in the ground, some in these buildings, you can just feel the immediate heat. And as you are heading south towards these buildings, veering east, making your way to the war room to warn people what happened. In this most recent attack, you hear glass shattering and a burning grass and smell happens as part of the greenhouse is hit. We will cut over to Buka and Pierce. Moments before this happens, the bell tower. Your guys' heads shoot towards the source of the sound. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
That's gonna be here. That's gonna be at 13 for
13.
Buka.
I got 3.
At this point, you are. I think there's confusion in this moment as you guys were just in the bell tower. Did someone make their way up there in this moment, or maybe someone was up there the whole time? And you guys see, I'll see with your 13, just like one bead of sweat dropping from Morelda's brow as she says, what's happening out there? What did you
feel
do?
the shake?
Not with a 13 and a 3.
What's happening where? I run to a window. Can I see anything?
Running to the window. Where this window is facing north, you see smoke nearby. The actual catapults at this point, actual distance-wise, are so much further away. Can't make those out, but you do notice smoke rising from one of the other sides of the building. And at first, it seems pretty concentrated, so it almost seems like it's part of the bonfire. And then at first you don't, just from the actual distance. There's still like a little bit of mist in the air, even though it's later in the day in this fall afternoon. And then before you know it, you almost like out of like the clouds themselves, you notice these massive like balls of just burning inferno make their way towards campus. And the buildings that are the furthest away from you in the direction you're facing, you see immediately the impact, and you guys feel, even in your own building, just shaking and shuddering, and you hear glass shattering nearby.
We hear glass shattering nearby.
Just the actual sound.
The
of it
sound
is
of glass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we're towards roughly the
Middle.
center-ish east
Mhm.
side in the building that we're in.
Yeah.
Right.
The window, since we could see Merelda from the bell tower, can we see the bell tower from like that end window that kind of looks over?
So you guys initially saw her when she was barely getting on the second floor. So the window that you guys saw her from was
Different side of the building.
it was like an eastern facing one,
Okay.
because the bell tower itself is east.
And that's the window that we would be able to see the bell tower and the entrance to the war room.
Yes, but that's down the hall, and
Right.
you guys are
Okay.
currently in a north.
I mean, I heard the bell. I felt on the second attack.
Yeah.
Can I make my way to the window as quickly as I can?
To like where Buka is, or do you want to go?
No, to the window where I could see the bell tower in the war room.
You have to make your way out of the room, and you start dashing down your feet on this padded, beautifully ornate hallway as you start to make your way towards where the bell tower is. You reach there in a second. Can't see anybody up there. The actual rope extends all the way down to the ground floor, but you see still the bell is being rung.
Has anybody come out of the war room?
Not that you could see.
Merelda, what is that building?
The
The one with the smoke, the fire. Where is that?
Looks over some schools.
Are there people there right now?
What?
Are there people there right now?
No. Classes
No?
are.
Okay.
It wasn't supposed to happen like this.
What wasn't supposed to happen like this?
They said that. God,
I grab her by the collar of her shirt. Who is they?
the children.
I slowly let go. Merelda, yeah. Merelda, did you help the children attack the school?
No. I didn't tell them to attack. I just told them where people would be. They said they needed it for when the conclave when the conclave ended.
The conclave doesn't end for another whole day.
I know.
Why are they attacking now?
I don't know.
Okay, you don't know, but you're gonna help me figure this out. And I grab her hand and I run out towards where Pierce is.
I think at this point I would have already seen. As far as I can tell, the war room hasn't been open, so I'm gonna head there, continuing to dash. But on my way out, I'm just gonna yell, "Buka, headed to the war room."
Heard.
Cool.
You start to make your way down. As you make your way down, she looks at you and just says, "They said that they wouldn't hurt anybody here. That they would just get what they needed, and they were just looking for some item." And
Merelda, what is the item they want?
it's some sash. There's no reason to attack a school for an
Who's
article.
Sash, Merelda?
I
Who has the sash?
don't know. I don't know. They just asked where the meeting would happen and what times. And
Okay, who else is in on this? Is it just you, or are there? Don't tell me your grandma's in on this too.
go ahead and give me an insight check.
That's a tough one. That's a 10.
With a 10, we'll have her roll a little roll.
I think I'm still looking around. I'm not necessarily staring at her as
as
entering.
you're asking that question too, she's starting to shut down, just like because at this point too, immediately you feel like the building shake. Pierce, you feel this as you are making your way out the building. You hear as you step out, and it's a lot closer just physically where Merelda and Buka are. You hear the glass of the greenhouse just absolutely shatter as another
greenhouse.
fireball. Not the greenhouse. shatter. And at this point, I'll say with a 10, she's just starting to shut down as the physical attacks are making their way so close to where
it's feeling
where
closer to the center of campus.
Yes.
Merelda, what you do right now is going to be more important than what you've done over the past week. Okay? Where is the safest part of campus?
I don't know. There's no place is safe. And she starts to just disassociate.
I'm still trying to drag her out of the office building. Is she still moving?
She's moving. She's not resisting at all.
Bringing her out. I'm running after Pierce.
Cool. We cut back to Val and Thel. As you guys make your way, at this point, there seems to be 5 eve of the 6 as you start to make your way. As you finally make your way onto campus, at this point, veering towards that angle, using the bell tower itself as a guide, knowing that the war room is so nearby, I need you and Thel to roll me dexterity saving throws.
An 11.
An 11. No, it's great.
Honestly,
no.
11, a great number, like in general, one of my
Not
favorite.
now.
Well, yeah.
She said not now.
I guess it is situation.
She said not now.
No, I'm in 11 right now.
She said that's enough. She said that's enough.
That's not.
Said pause. Listen. 11.
I'm mad at Merelda.
Great number. Okay. Lots of people love repeating digits.
Is worse than she already is. Yet.
Hmm?
You don't know that Merelda is worse than she already was.
Oh, I know.
She's an even worse person than you already thought. You thought she was a bad person because you didn't like her, but now you.
No, but I knew.
But like, she's actually a bad person. Or stupid.
We'll see. As you and Thel are making your way, you guys are booking it, knowing that the attack has already happened, buildings have already been hit, and as you are running, there's like a point where one of them, you guys are able to move out of the way, but one of these fireballs impacts against the building nearby. Stone and mortar shattered everywhere as you both take 16 points of bludgeoning damage as actual chunks of the building hit you, knock you on your shoulder, and you boom are on the ground as a massive part of it. With Thel foregoing his own safety and protecting you from a lot of the actual, like the majority of the damage itself, as Thel took a little bit more than that.
So what are you doing? We need to let them
get up, and then physically just picks you up. At this point, as you look at him, go and give me a perception check with disadvantage. Oof.
So my first roll was a lovely 24, but my second roll was a 7. I don't perceive shit.
7. Even with a 7, you can just tell that it doesn't seem to be profusely bleeding, but you do notice it's a gash on his forehead, and you could tell that it disoriented him a little bit as part of a building physically just hit him. But luckily, it seems to be still bleeding, but not to the point where just a few days ago you saw him bleeding out. And so he gets you up and just says, "Keep going. We have to go." At this point, the ringing has stopped. Part of the sound still emanating out, but you start to make your way out. As you are running through campus, you are starting to hear screams from people as you're unsure if it's injuries, if it's fear, but there are dozens upon dozens of just screaming voices making their way through campus as this attack has happened.
Which way it's coming from?
At this point, the majority, I would say 90% of them are coming from where the dormitories are. You don't know, since it's a little bit more central, you have no clue if there's been damage sustained, if anybody is hurt. Do you go investigate or do you make your way to the war room?
We keep going to the war room.
Cool. As you are making your way there, you find yourself dashing through the buildings. There's only the only thing left as you have veered your way through is shattered greenhouse to your right and then the back end of the administrative building to your left. So all you have to do is dash past the building, and then you'll be in the vicinity of the war room. And immediately from behind one of these other buildings that part of them have started to collapse, you see a figure, or sorry, you see two figures make their way past, dressed in leathers. Doesn't seem to have like a lot of armor, but you see that they each have a sword at their side, a short sword that you guys saw not but a few days ago in the crevices of Fel's home. As you see that they also have short swords with the emblem of the Children of Mercy. They see you and they look at each other, towards you guys. You see the smile, some of them missing teeth, rotted out. Kubash said that there would be fun to be had. Pull out their swords. I need you both to roll initiative.
11.
No. It's I got a 16 plus 7 is a 23.
23, right on. We will cut back to Buka and Pierce. She's moving, but stumbling at this point as you are making your way. You know, at this point, Pierce has one track mind, trying to make his way towards the actual like war room himself to check on the conclave. And as that's happening, Pierce, you finally make your way out, and you hear stepping outside, you are hearing like yells and screams as people are probably making their way out of the dormitories, not knowing what's happening, as they just felt shaking. As far as you know, most of the academic buildings are empty. And so, but you do know that people have been in the living quarters of campus. That's behind you. You can still hear yelling and confusion. You can smell smoke. And even from a distance, you can still feel heat. This area of the actual campus seems to be intact for now, but you start to make your way to the war room. As you are headed towards the war room, this older gentleman, someone you haven't seen before, makes their way walking out of the bell tower. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Is this just Pierce or Buka too?
Just Pierce.
That's a bummer, bro. Because I hella rolled a 20.
So helpful. I rolled a 17.
17. Nice. With that, you go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw with advantage for Pierce.
That's for the record. I always have an advantage on dexterity.
Yeah.
always have advantage on dexterity saving throws.
And I always have advantage on dexterity saving throws.
It's helpful.
I can't believe it's taken this long for us to do the me to somebody.
I got a 19.
19. With that, you notice as they're walking out, a fresh arrow wound jutted out. It's from behind, so at first you don't notice it, but as this figure makes their way out of the bell tower itself, you just see the edge of the fledgings in the back of the arrow sticking out, and he looks at you and just says, his eyes dart up. Your eyes immediately make their way up as well, and you're able to tuck and roll out of the way as someone from the bell tower itself had you in their sights, shot, and not even visually, just out of pure instinct, you were able to tuck and roll. You're behind one of the pillars right now. You have no clue how many people are up there at this moment, but you do know someone is up there with a bow trained towards you. As this is happening from the actual administrative building itself, Buka is making his way out, and you see that he has Merelda behind him.
Come on, Merelda. It's totally safe over here. There's no danger in this part of this campus.
There has a shield.
I'm pulling her behind. Yeah, that's me in my head. I'm pulling her behind me as I'm dashing out of the building. I was going to interject. I swear to God, I was going to try to peek at the bell tower before running over to the war room. I know that sounds hella shady.
If you feel like that's what Buka would do, by all means, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay. Perception. That's a 21.
21. You see two things. You see three things. You see a body on the ground arrow sticking out 10 feet closer to you behind a pillar of the bell tower building itself is Pierce. And then above you, wondering why the sound stopped, you do see this figure with a cloak on, partially covering its face, have a bow and arrow. And then go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw with advantage. Actually, I'm so sorry. It's going to be a straight roll.
Oh,
Because you are also dragging
Well,
along this person. So
fun fact, listeners, I always have a straight roll for dexterity. So this is not going to be any different.
Such a serious episode. This is how we break tension in the room.
Right.
I'm sad.
Don't worry, it'll get worse.
It's going to be an 18 total.
18 total. Enough to you. I'll let you decide. You can either push her in the direction you're going to, or you could just push her up in opposite directions, but more than enough to fully like dodge this.
Right. I think I want to I see them coming out, and I spy the nearest building, which I guess is the one that we just came out of, and I kind of wall jump off of her to push her back towards the administrative building.
She's behind you.
Roll. I can roll towards Pierce.
Yeah, she stumbles in, not quite fully making it through the door itself. Just the kick, the fact that she is fully jaded at this point, stumbles back, and only thing sticking out still are her legs. Right. But you hear this shriek behind you as she, falls on her ass, and she starts to panic and starts to almost crab walk her way into the building, and you just hear the door shut behind you.
As I pop out of my perfect tumble right next to Pierce. Okay, so I planned on bringing her. Turns out she was in on it, bro.
She was in on it?
She was in on it. I think the reason why she was in that classroom was to find out more information about the conclave or something like that, or keep an eye out. But she's been feeding information to the children.
Oh my God. We don't have time to figure that out right now.
No, but her grandma is in the conclave, right?
Yeah.
I think this might be an inside job.
We got to get in that war room.
Okay. What are we going to do about? And Buka throws a thumb up towards the top of the bell tower.
How far are we from the war room door?
60 feet.
I mean, I can get there pretty quick, but
and that's like a direct route. Obviously, if you guys were to try to,
I can get there pretty quick. But can you keep up?
I'm honestly thinking I go, because we're up against can I get into the bell tower without him seeing me?
Into the bell tower, you could get through the bell tower because the pillars are part of that bell tower building itself.
That tower. Okay. I'm thinking you go for the door, but give me a few seconds. I'm gonna storm the top of this tower to go for the bowman and hopefully get his attention and distract him so you can get to the door safely.
I grab Pierce's shoulders. Are you sure you want to separate? Do you want to do it together? We can just, instead of distracting, we can absolutely take him out. I can distract him, and you can just, I look at his sword, you can swing that thing all over the place. You know what I mean?
I'm just thinking of trying to get the word to the war room as quickly as possible, but they're not going to want to exit with a bowman staring down the door.
Right. I think
if I can finish him off, then I can come back down and meet you guys.
Right.
I'll be able to see you from up there.
Okay. And I kiss him on the forehead. I have to bend down a little bit because he's slightly shorter than me, but I kiss him on the forehead and I say, okay, would you like a distraction or for me running, or would you like me to try to act legitimately make it difficult for him to try to hit me?
Make it legitimately difficult. I might be able to, if you get his attention, I might be able to get up there before he notices me, or at least get the first swing in.
Cool. And you see Buka start running in place as his feet are jogging and picking up on frequency. And excuse me a second while I look at a skill that I only ever used one time. I've got feline. I've got feline agility.
Yeah.
Which when I move on my turn in combat, which I feel like we are combat adjacent, maybe because I got shot at.
Oh yeah.
Perfect. I can double my speed until the end of my turn. So if my speed goes to 60, and if I were to take a dash action as well, I could move up to 120 feet. And so I can zigzag through the buildings to get to the war room.
Cool. With that, Pierce and Puka, go ahead and roll initiative.
Sick.
Hello.
Come on, bro.
I got 23.
Another 23.
Come on.
And me. We don't like them.
No, the government, right? Or something.
Anyway, what's that?
Natural 20, 24.
24.
And you.
24 and doors, opportunities. You know what I mean?
Beautiful. You start to make your way in the building, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Cool. You make your way through. We will cut over to Val and Phil.
Before we start, I have a question. How bright is the surrounding area of the campus?
Yeah. It shines bright like a diamond.
It's during the day now.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought this was night. Never mind. Continue.
Right on.
Shining bright like a diamond.
With a 23 initiative. Val, go ahead. They are about 30 feet in front of you as you see these two members of the Children of Mercy smiling as they are ready to try and carve you guys up.
I am not a pumpkin. Would not like to be carved. Leave me and my dad alone. Thank you so much. Would like to use Hail of like I always do and just aim at both of them so they're right in the center of my Hail of Thorns, please.
Roll to see if you hit.
Okay. Does a 14 hit? Wait, do I add something to this? Hold on. I have to remember.
Did you roll a 14? So
14 on the die.
So do you think that's all you have?
No, I'm pretty sure there's something else, but I can't remember what I add at this moment.
When you go to your bow,
30,
when you go to your bow,
episode 30.
My bow, right? Hit plus so I got a 20. Does a 24 hit?
24.
You have a plus 10.
Thank
Why do you ever miss, dog?
You miss all the shots you don't take, and sometimes I don't know how to add. Math is mathing.
Okay, so we're gonna cut all this.
Yeah, no.
Does a
no,
24
because
hit?
24 does hit.
Oh,
Okay,
perfect.
We have so much stuff on this episode.
This is the Snyder Cut.
So I got an 8 plus 4 is 12 points of piercing damage. Right? Yeah.
12 points of piercing damage, and then go ahead and roll for Hail of Thorns as well.
Hail of Thorns. Hi. Hail of Thorns. Let me see what I roll because I don't remember. 1d10. Okay. This one, 9 plus. Oh, just a 9.
9's great.
I don't know. I'm singing. Yeah, 9.
And then I believe they roll a dexterity saving throw.
Would that be a Dex/save? Yes.
What's the dex save?
13? Dex 13? Is that what it says? Yeah. Right? Am I reading? Am I wrong? Am I right? It says attack save, Dex 13. So yeah, Dex saving throw of 13. Right. Okay. Sorry.
They do have pretty decent dex. We're going to roll for... And then are you aiming for the one on the left or the right?
Which one looks less beefy?
I would say in mechanically, they are equally beefy.
You know, right is right. So right.
Cool. The one on the left saves, and the one on the right also makes their save. So they are going to take 4 points of damage. Cool. As the Hail of Thorns starts to sprout almost immediately in that area, as they are both right next to each other, and they are able to jump out of the way before their feet and legs can get fully scratched and attacked. But even with that jump, they still receive a little bit of injuries, as the one that you shot with an arrow looks the most pissed off because he's the most hurt, and just says, pointing his sword at you, just says, "Yeah, you're the one that's you're gonna get carved up first." That is going to be the two members of the Children of Mercy. They are going to make their way towards you guys and leave with Hail of Thorns. Okay, cool. They're able to make their way up. Alrighty. The one that is the most upset at you is going to take a swing at you with his short sword. 22 to hit.
22 hits.
Oh, cool.
Ed.
You are taking 6 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
The next one's going to go after Thel, also for 22 to hit. And that one is going to be 5 points of slashing damage as they go in and take swipes at you. The one that was closest to you, or the one that ends up swiping at you, Val, you see starts laughing as this happens, and he's I told you we're gonna carve you up, right? As his hand is shaking, not with fear, it seems, but just with excitement at getting a chance to attack. That is gonna be Thel. Thel is gonna cast Hunter. No, he's not. He's gonna hold off. He's gonna cast Zephyr Strike. You move like the wind. Until the spell ends, your movement does not provoke opportunity attack. Once before the spell ends, you can give yourself advantage on one weapon attack roll per turn. The attack deals an extra 1d8 force damage on a hit, and whether you hit or miss, your walking speed increases by 30 feet until the end of that turn. You see
Nice.
And part of it too is just the actual debris of the area around you, but any of the leaves and debris around Thel start to almost gather around him and form it's like the wind picked up and is forming almost like a little circle around him. And as you see him almost disappear, he does like a spin, ends up behind the one that attacked him specifically, moves about 10 feet, and then has his bow out, takes a shot at the one that hurt you. As he is going to 25 to hit for 11 points of damage. At this point, the one that was laughing as he attacked you, massive arrow just hits him from behind. He's still up, but you could tell blood is starting to come up from his mouth as he's still laughing, but there seems to be this nervousness as this happened in just a split second. It just what was that? Realizing that he is still up, is going to take another attack at the same one for a 29 to hit. And as he is looking around, makes eye contact with you for a second, one of the members of the Children of Mercy, as last arrow hits him from behind, collapses to one knee, and then still this sick smile on his face as he just collapses in front of you as Thel helps take out one of the Children of Mercy. That is going to be Val.
How far is Thel from me?
At this point, he's about 15 feet away from you.
And I can move how much? How much around? 30? No. 20?
30.
30. Can I run to Thel?
You can try to make your way past him. They will take an attack of opportunity if you want to take the risk. It's just one swipe, but
yeah, I'll take that risk.
6 on the die. As the one that's still standing, the only kind of damage they've taken is from the thorns, goes and try to honestly cut your head off. You're able to tuck and roll out of the way, and you make your way, and you are now about 15 feet away from this last member.
And then I will use my longbow to hit him.
Do it.
A 16 on the die hit?
Definitely hits.
Perfect.
16 plus will definitely hit. Going to roll damage.
And then 5 piercing.
5 piercing. Pierce. Wow. Weird.
Wow. You're here and you're not here.
Always.
At this point, you see that. Oh, honestly, he doesn't like that. He's outmanned. Puts away his short sword, pulls out a bow as well, and is going to try to take a hit at you guys. And that's a nat 1. Ooh. Somehow
Can the string break?
Yeah, we'll say with that. Nat 1, as that's happening, there's like a point where initially they had almost like the element of surprise. It was 2-on-2. And I think they were almost expecting, you could see as his face is starting to panic a little bit, not as manic as the one that just got killed, sees what's happened and pulls out his bow. It's a short bow. And without realizing, almost with the worry of what's happening, he pulls and you hear just like the loudest like twang as the string just snaps and the arrow falls harmlessly on the ground in front of him. That is going to be Thel. He's going to take his 2 attacks. One is a miss, but the other one will be a hit. And he will do an additional 1d8 force damage with that first strike. So he does all this for a total of, not bad, 17 points of piercing damage as this one goes directly in this guy's sternum. Is incredibly bloodied as there is a literal arrow sticking out of his chest. Still seems up, almost the adrenaline keeping this figure going. That is going to be Val.
I would like to cast Cure Wounds and reach out to Thel and say, thank you.
Go ahead and heal.
He gets 4.
He'll take it. Oh, thanks. Thank you. Thanks, little one. That is going to be your action. This last one, with everything kind of stacked up against him, is going to disengage and try to get the hell out of there. Go ahead and give me perception checks.
An 8.
8. I think in that moment, as you go and make sure that Thel is safe, and as, again, the yelling is still happening around you, you could hear the literal fire burning. You see that this person does like a little tuck and roll. They find themselves, they hide behind a pillar, and you hear very gently the sound of just footsteps as they are running towards, they're in campus now. Do you want to try to pursue them or?
No.
Cool. Are you okay?
As okay as I could be. I would have been a lot worse without you. I forget how much you can do. Once a child, always a child.
Yeah, I'm good at what I do. He is going to cast Cure Wounds on you as well and heals you up for 16 points of healing.
Hey, that's not fair. That's not... Why are you healing me more than I healed?
I don't know why you think you're still the better ranger than me. Let's go. He starts to make a way. Pierce, you are climbing up the bell tower itself. There is like a point where the sound almost seems to like escape for a second as you are in this. I mean, it's pretty decent size, but it's like a ladder to get up to the top of the bell tower. And just where you are, it almost seems for like a moment that sound is, you're almost in your own little echo chamber just for a split second. And as you start nearing your way to the top, the sound of the chaos starts again. You see that the figure almost is trying to gauge where you guys are. And as you are making your way up, you are going to take 4 points of slashing damage as there is another figure on this other side of the bell tower that takes a swipe at you and just cuts across your back. But you are able to make your way to the top. And the one that has the bow and arrow sees you, obviously hears the attack that happened, tries to take a swipe at you, but with a nat 1 as just the actual proximity of where he's at, he goes, and you're able to just almost push his arm out of the way as the arrow just shoots off somewhere on campus, basically, as it just shot up. But that is your turn.
Can I ask, how tall is this bell tower?
You are 6 stories up.
How many feet?
You
have
are
you decided?
You are. We'll say 70 feet. We're just for the sake of.
Okay. When I climb to the top, because obviously I'm on a ladder, so then I have to get myself to the top. Who am I going to be closest to?
Right now, you are closest to the going this way, the guy with the bow and arrow.
The bow. And over the edge is the ground, right? Not like another building.
Correct.
Okay. As I get to the top, because he's like looking at me.
Yeah, at this point, saw you tried to shoot, and then just physical proximity. No way in hell he's gonna hit you.
Figure like when he like tried to like hit me, because I kind of knocked him away. It kind of just throws him off balance enough for me to get to the rest of the way up, so I can plant my feet. I'm going to like square up to him and step back with my right arm back and enter rage.
Love it.
And then I'm going to go for a shove. And I'm going to try to get this guy over the ledge.
I love it. Go ahead and you are currently in a rage.
It's up to 5 feet. And if there's a ledge, then they fall. Or edge. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are.
Meanwhile, Buka's like,
go ahead and make as you're waiting.
If I don't run really quick and distract this bow and arrow guy, he's gonna get a jump on Pierce. So I gotta run really quick.
Go ahead and make your athletics check. Go ahead and make it with advantage.
Just gonna see him fall.
As Buka's still in the starting block, he's gonna fall and splat right in front of him.
I got a 24. And if I won, can I describe how I hate this guy?
100%. He has pretty good dex because they can either make an athletic or dex check. With a 5 on the die, no way in hell. Do you describe to me how this figure?
So as I entered rage and I stepped back with my right arm, with an open palm, because he's looking kind of down at me because I just came up the ladder. So like open hand, like I'm gonna grab his neck, but it's just gonna be like a strike uppercut to the throat as I send him over the edge.
Yeah. As he's going and he sees your hand, there's like a split moment where it's cut so quickly as your hand just goes, and he's like, wait, no. And then, and there's like a moment of silence. Buka, as there's, again, this just brief moment where it's just quiet. You're like, this is it. This is go time. You go to take, I'll say at this point, because you have to make a little bit of distance. You're like, this is it. Feline agility. Let's go. You hit to like the 15-foot mark. You're zigzagging. And your one zigzag is the thing that saves you from this body like landing on you as just quiet. And then you hear, no, boom, as sickening crunch as this body just arms and legs splayed in unnatural directions. Do you pause to look or do you go?
Whoa, that arrow was heavy. And I keep running.
And you make your way. With that 60 feet of movement, I believe you have.
If I'm dashing, it's 120. Do I need to dash to get to the war room?
You would. Yes, you would. Because 60 will get you to like basically the building to make your way to the door. It's not that much further. You unfortunately would have to use another 15 to 20
You're zigzagging, so you're kind of adding
extra.
Yeah.
I'm also like grapevining and shuffling my feet as I'm moving really fast.
But I'll say with that definitely gets you to the door. You make your way in. I'm assuming you're in this vestibule area of the war room that you had been in before. Some of the serving trays still there off to the right. And then towards the left where the one entrance to the war room is. And you see a figure dressed in fine clothing, beautiful face, tuft of white hair. It's not even a tuft, but just this mass of curly white hair that goes behind towards his shoulders. Hears you make your way in and sees you and just says, I wasn't expecting guests coming in. Please make your way in.
As the door closes behind me into this entrance room, I take a quick breath and ready my rapier. Yes. Are we
pull it out, or do you just?
I have my hand on it. I'm not quite pulling it out yet. Are you hoping to host somebody, or? And I slowly start to pull my rapier out.
Go ahead and give me, as you do that, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Or are you hoping to stop me from getting into the conclave? Perception, 19.
19. They Go ahead and give me Arcana as well.
Mm.
And that one you may do with advantage.
Can you talk about their piercings?
With a 19 perception, and as you're rolling, you see that they have a lot of gold, septum piercing, an additional nose ring, multiple piercings on the actual ear, couple gauges, and you can just tell that they are dressed well. Fully matches the theme of what the conclave would probably normally be if it wasn't this hellscape.
Mm-hmm. From my
With
perception check, would I be able to tell kind of, is this person with the conclave or not with the conclave?
you could tell the casualness,
Mhm.
because at this point, even being in the war, you can still, it's not obviously with the door closed,
Mhm.
neither the bell tower nor the war room have been attacked, but you can still hear things outside, obviously a little bit muffled. You would almost assume again that they would be part of the conclave if
Mm.
they weren't so casual right now.
Right. That's what prompts me to pull out my rapier slowly.
Yeah. As you do that, go ahead and give me an Arcana check as well.
Yeah, that's gonna be a flat 9
with advantage.
Yeah,
Love it.
goose egg to my.
As you are a weapon out, this soft whistling sound from the blade being pulled out, the hairs in the back of your neck just go up as you can't tell what it is. It's part of it, the casualness that this person is speaking to you with, but you don't know what it is, but you feel like there's a spell active in the room right now. Don't know what it is, don't know exactly where it is.
I feel magic.
Yeah. There's almost like a gentle crackle of energy.
And as I'm preparing my rapier, I'll stare down this beautiful man, I guess. I don't know what's going on, but I've got to get in that war room.
Looks back. It won't end well for you if you do. And smiles. Perfect teeth. Just attractive, man.
Ew.
Can I offer a alternative?
We go in together? That's what I was thinking. Honestly, can you open the door?
I could. But my alternative would be for you to make your way out. This doesn't concern you. I know you're probably investigating what's happening and it's going to be okay, but I would say just make your way back out. I would say be careful with whatever fire stuff is going out there.
You know, if you had talked to me 3 days ago, I would say that it doesn't concern me. But I've made a friend in there, and I'm worried for them. So this is my concern as I start walking towards him.
It's your grave, my friend. Go ahead and attack.
Oh, no. Okay,
Don't
well,
hurt his face.
gosh dang it. I'm going to slash at not his face, I guess.
Thank
What
you.
the heck? Okay, give me half a second here.
You're all good.
I want to know the logistics of attacking this person.
Right.
You know?
You know this person?
No, I mean, I don't know this person.
I'm
talking about-
his voice would seem familiar.
And his voice does seem familiar.
To me?
Yes. Same voice you heard in the cave.
Oh, this little punk. Okay.
The handsome one with the nipple piercings, I think.
You're not in this scene.
I'm sorry.
In my head,
I was like,
I
first thing
can't-
I was like, how do you know that he has piercings?
Yeah.
Because he's beautiful.
For some reason, Buka thinks in his head, damn, that guy definitely has nipple piercings. As he gets ready to attack him and his pierced nipples, I'm going to run at him, and I guess I'm just going to start slashing at him.
Yeah, go ahead.
With my rapier. I don't know. And as I take my attack, I'm going to pause for half a second and make sure that I read all my things. What are these?
This is why I take notes on the things that matter.
Yeah, no, you do.
What? The beautiful people in this campaign?
Yes.
Yeah. All of them.
Mm-hmm. And the bitchy ones.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to slash at him, I guess.
Yeah, go for
it. All the while, I'm trying. My intention is to get to the door, to get into the conclave.
Yeah,
Cool. That is going to be a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
Yes.
That's
Oh,
a good start.
I haven't done damage in so long.
I know.
Sorry, I make you guys role play.
When's the last time I hit something? Was it
A
the brood mother?
spider.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was a spider.
Did you hit the spider?
I hella hit the.
I think you got stuck most of that
Did
anyway.
I hit the? Did I hit the spider? I feel like I.
You and
I don't
Kavino just
remember.
kind of went.
This is, no. Kavino went.
Yeah, I think you might have hit the
Hello there.
spider one time before you got stuck.
Don't
Yeah,
speak
yeah.
ill of Cavino.
Yeah. Anyway,
It's okay.
4 + 5, 9 points of damage.
As you go, you realize in this moment too, where again, fine clothing, he has like on a coat of some kind, and as you go, you cut part of it and feel like the armor underneath. And then in that, and just the movement of moving the coat to the side, you see a scimitar at his side.
Ew.
And he looks and just says, this is my finest clothing. No, it's not. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say that if you wear your finest clothing on a day like this, you can't really blame me, right?
Not at all. But I will
Scimitar
do
are
my
also
best
cool.
to stop you. Does a 17 hit?
Yeah.
He goes and is touching like the I guess the wound that you caused, but it seems to be more concerned about like the clothing as he's looking at it, and then just says, "My friend," and puts his hand on your shoulders, and does 9 points of lightning damage as you feel surging just electricity, and you feel like every muscle in your shoulder, your neck, and your arm just tense immediately, and you almost have to like step back for like a second.
Yeah.
Just as you are not going to make it past this room.
I just need to get into the room. And just
Alright.
just for like a little bit. And I kind of like sidestep shimmy. Like I literally have one, no, well, I guess 1.5. I have 2 people in there that I really need to talk to. The rest of them you can have.
Go for it.
Great. I start shuffling to the side.
He moves to the side. He allows you access to the door.
He does?
Go for it.
Great. I reach for the door.
You go, and we will cut back to Pierce and the last member of the Children of Mercy that is in this bell tower. Now, as you're looking, as you just did this sickening just display of tossing this man to the other side of the living, you have this it's square basically in shape, top of this bell tower, with this center part being where the ladder is. So just the one drop, but the rest of it is even playing ground. As he looks at you and just says, "Can't believe you did that to Thomas. Now I'm going to do that to you." And that is going to be Pierce.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah, now that we're like in initiative.
Okay.
Yeah, they had readied attacks when you first made your way, but
oh, that makes sense. Okay, so I'm just gonna go for a
Whoa. That is a burp from not Jordan. Nice.
I'm gonna go for a one-handed swing on this guy.
Yeah.
Probably hits. 22.
22 definitely hits.
Sick. Nice. Wait. Yeah. 10 points of damage.
10 points. And then does that including the damage from rage?
Oh, so sorry. 12 points of damage. Thank you.
Hey, listen, if my characters are gonna die, let them die well.
Yeah. Thank you.
Right on. That is going to be
I do 2-weapon fighting, so I'm gonna backhand swing.
Yeah, go for it.
19 to hit.
19 does hit. Since it's with your offhand, you will
I don't get the plus, right?
correct.
But I get the dice.
Yes.
Okay. That's fine. Max out for an 8. Do I still get my rage damage?
Yes, you would.
So 10. 10 more points of damage.
Is looking at her as you go, take a swipe, cuts deep, and just says, "This isn't going to end well," and then starts to lean forward, thinking that your attack is done, and you're able to bring the weapon back up. And him leaning, and again, there's this space in between you guys. He almost falls in as the blade goes into his gut. But that is going to be his turn. He is going to take a swipe at you. 16 to hit.
Nope.
Goes, and using that same blade, you just are able to knock the blade out of the way. That is your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing. Single
Yeah,
hand.
go for it.
18 to hit.
18, definitely hit.
At least I'm doing really well on damage. 11, 13 points of damage.
How do you toss this guy off the freaking thing as well, or do you just?
I feel like, I mean, how tall is like because obviously there's like probably like a wall at the top, like keeping people in kind of thing.
It's just about waist high.
Because I was planning on doing another swing, so I go from like bottom to top across his chest, like from one side to the other, and I just like have a better opening than I thought I would have, so I get a little deeper, and so because of the depth that I have with my sword, it also kind of pushes him back a little bit as he stumbles. Slowly.
Trips over, and this one a slightly shorter fall as he just lands on the building as well, and you start to hear some of like the shingles move and fall as just his collapse, not quite falling through the roof itself, but just lands. You're able to look down, and you just see his body on the ground. Do you stay up here, or what do you do?
No, I'm gonna use my movement. I'm assuming probably gonna have to use all of it just to get to the ground floor.
Yes. As you do that, go ahead. Before you go, sorry, but give me a perception check.
Okay. Hey, 15.
15. With this, you see as we cut back over to Val and Fel, the cinematic camera moves over. As he finishes curing you and lets you know that he is still the better ranger out of the two of you.
I was better.
He just says, all right, let's go. And he starts to make his way. At this point, you are able to round this area where this fight just happened, and you're making your way towards like the bell tower and the war room. And there's like a point where you see this body just fully just drop. And at this point, this is happening maybe about 150, 180 feet in front of you as this body falls from the bell tower itself. And even from a distance, you can almost hear just the crunch of the body just landing. And as that's happening, you hear a voice maybe about 80 feet behind you, and it just goes, Fel, face me. You turn around and see a massive orcish man, battle axe still on his back, as you see Kubosh step behind one of the buildings. It seems at this point the actual artillery attacks have stopped, and somewhere in the midst of all of this happening, some of them obviously on campus already, but it seems that they have trekked their way and followed you guys onto campus itself. What would you like to do?
So, don't face him. We are going to keep going.
He's going to follow us.
That's fine. We'll have more help over there. This is not a pride thing.
Give me a persuasion check.
I feel very persuasive. And I got a nat 20.
Okay. Let's go. And then you guys book it. As you guys are using your movement, you hear behind you, coward! As you don't know what they're going to do.
Not good things.
That perception check, Pierce, you do hear the coward part. You hear Thel being yelled, and then you hear coward. But that's the extent of what you see. And then you start making your way down.
I don't see Thel and Val, though.
Not in this moment, but you know the direction that they're coming from
like voice.
Yeah. And then so you make your way down, and then it's a voice that you recognize. Cool.
Yeah.
Even in yelling. As you make your way down, this is going to be half initiative, half not. You guys make your way down, and as you exit the building, you see Thel and Val making their way towards you guys.
So are they coming when
you exit? They're coming from the left because that's where the west is.
Right, and then to my rightish,
northeast,
it's going to be the war room door.
Yes.
Okay. So Val, head to the war room. Buka's already there.
You sent him alone?
I had things to take care of.
Fine, whatever.
Let's go. And then not shoves you guys, but kind of pushes you guys forward as you guys start to make your way there. As that's happening, Buka, you go and towards the door is, and you're where the handle is, you physically cannot touch it. It is the density of a wall in front of you, just like an inch or two away from it. And you go and your fingers just collapse in like in the effort to it, and you realize that there's a wall there. He looks at you and says,
what have you
I
done?
told you. No one's allowed in or out.
I try to like slam my hand against the door.
It feels like you're literally hitting like a brick wall or like a mortar wall.
Does it make any sound?
It doesn't make a sound.
Okay, so when you said that I could go and talk to my friends, you lied to me.
Okay. Don't put words in my mouth, my friend.
You lied to me.
I said you could try.
Okay, what's it gonna take to take down this wall? I know some people that have a lot of money. Is that something that you like?
You wouldn't have enough. Looks at you.
Personally,
You smell.
you're right.
Great. You smell great.
Yes. This is the bad soap. This is the soap that they let me use because they have better soap.
Just smells. That's sweet, but I think it's time you make your way up. And then at that point, he hears the door open as Thel, Val, and Pierce, you guys make your way in.
Awesome. As he turns to look at them, I would like to thunder wave
Towards him
to push him towards Val or specifically towards Val.
Towards Thel, yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. He needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Con saving throw.
14.
Ooh, with a 9 total.
He is going to take 3d8 thunder damage from me and get pushed 10 feet away from me. Hopefully towards Thel.
Yeah.
Let me find my d8. Where are you?
Push him towards the money. It's fine.
Yeah. That's my friend with the good soap. And I push him towards the door. That's not bad. 12 points total.
12 points total.
Perfect average.
I know. What the heck?
With 12 points total. You can see at this point was not really expecting you to cast a spell almost. And he is pushed back how many feet?
10 feet.
10 feet. At this point, he would be pretty equidistant from you guys. Yes.
Perfect.
Oh, no.
10 feet. Sorry. Yeah, pretty equidistant from you guys as he goes and he looks and he just says, okay, I'm really beginning to combs his hair back, lose my patience with all of you.
Is his hair starting to fall out? Are we causing him stress?
Not even. So sculpted. It still looks good. Now it has that like messy.
It's effortless.
Right.
I hate this guy.
I hate this guy.
I love him.
Is this how you felt about Camino?
I know.
Yeah.
Does Bela love him or does Val?
Yes. Next question. No, I feel like Val would be like, "Oh, who's this?" But also like, die. I'm gonna hurt you, but I'm not gonna like it because you're very handsome.
Why are the good-looking ones always the bad guys?
Right.
It makes them more interesting.
So toxic.
I love a good toxic relationship.
Hold on, I just gotta read.
I hope we keep that in.
Don't care.
Editor Renee, keep that in. I
will do my best. I can't
It's like
promise.
a 2-second clip. It was a 2-second clip.
That's going to be our clip for the episode.
We need to have like a rolling 2-second clip, like B-roll that we just post back to back to back at the end of this chapter. Every out-of-pocket thing we've said, just out of context.
Just post 6-second one, so it's like fine.
He is going to cast. He just says, looks as he sees that he is getting surrounded, and just says, why do you all have to be so annoying? Pulls open his coat and pulls out a small vial and then tosses it in the direction of this red liquid. He tosses it in the direction of where the trio just made their way into the building, and it lands in just in the area right in front of you guys. As the glass shatters, you realize that there is blood in this thing, just the way that it lands. but then almost like the wave of an ocean as you're in deep, deep ocean, instead of it just sinking into the carpet, the blood starts to as it starts to expand, and there's waves and ebbs and flows as it continues to expand. And then you realize that the shape is forming up as he is going to cast, and you hear him like utter and like cast or say some like word that none of you all understand, as he is going to summon something.
I would like to point out that I just got here. I'm not annoying. You don't know me.
Looks at you, smiles, and just says, "You don't seem annoying at all."
He called me not annoying. But does that mean I'm not weak? Hold on.
Val reading into this way too much.
Always.
You don't read into it enough.
Perfect.
Don't need to.
As this figure finally like finishes, form and shape starts to be visible as facing you, almost looking like a giant ape of some kind. Blue torso, blue like in like parts of the legs and like the inner like soft parts of the arm. The rest of it covered in this like thick red fur, massive jaw as two huge tusks stick their way up, gold bands on each of the wrists as this figure, this creature is in front of you guys. We will be officially now all in the same initiative order.
Finally.
As that happens, that is going to be Buka with who has the better. I'm assuming it's Val, but who has the better dex, Pierce or Val?
+6.
Yeah, I just have a +3.
Your dex is +6? Or is that your dex saving throw?
+4.
Oh, that's my.
She's still higher than me.
Yes.
Cool.
Where am I looking? Hold
I don't
on.
I don't
At
know.
the top. Got it. +4.
Yeah.
+6 is my saving throw. Thank you.
I was like, dang, girl, your dex is over 20. Let's do it. Come on.
Cool. That is going to be Buka with Val on deck.
Okay, so in between me and my friends is handsome, hella piercings, white hair, and
Top
this
boy.
monster in between.
Correct.
Okay.
Fireball.
But I don't care how big the room is. I cast Fireball. What is... Oh, that's not the right button. Ooh, can I... Now that I've touched the barrier going into this other room, can I have a better sense of what it might be?
The barrier. Go ahead and give me another Arcana check.
Okay. Come on.
Dun, dun, dun,
That's an 18?
dun, dun.
18. You do. I mean, you've never seen this spell before. It's like you can tell it's incredibly cool, but it's a barrier of some type. It's like a cage of some type.
As I'm like trying to touch and get past the barrier, I come to the realization that we're going to have to kill this guy. So I slowly turn around and I lift up my rapier and point it at him. And knowing my friends' fighting types, do I think that any of them are going to come at this guy as opposed to the monster? Would I know that?
You can ask. I guess you can make
Perfect.
that
Friends,
inside check.
Are you guys going to... I roll an inside check as you guys whisper in my ears. Are you going after the white-haired guy or the monster? Actually, don't answer that. I rolled a 1.
Honestly, as that's happening, though, you're
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking this creature that has formed from it seems like blood itself is massive. This thing is 7.5, 8 feet tall.
Right. Oh, so getting around and trying to take care of this monster might be
Like it's the
might
most
be priority number
prevalent
one.
thing in front of them.
right. Okay. Well, I guess I will run after. The room isn't very big, right?
The vestibule's bigger than the war.
Okay. So to get to this monster, I would have to pass by white hair guy.
You could technically use your movement to go around, because at this point he has been pushed back 10 feet. So
Right. So I push him out of my melee range. I'm going to run after this monster and kind of like slide by his ankles or whatever I think looks like ankles.
Mhm.
And I'm going to do a distracting strike on it.
Go ahead and do a distracting strike.
Yes. Okay, distracting strike. When I hit a creature with a weapon attack, I can use one of my Buccaneer dice to distract the creature, giving your allies an opening. You add the die to the damage roll, and the next attack roll against the target by an attacker other than me has an advantage on the attack.
Very
if it's
cool.
made before the start of my next turn. So, big money, big money, big money. Oh, yeah. That is a to hit 30-20.
30-20 definitely hits.
Perfect. And I bounce back and forth to find my Bardic Inspiration because I use that. And it's a D6 added to this damage. So we're doing, okay, a D8 plus D6 plus 5 to this monster. And
Nice.
the next ally attack on it has advantage. 15 points total of damage.
Oh, hell yeah.
As I swipe at their Achilles or whatever looks the closest to it.
How much damage? So sorry.
16.
16. Hell yeah. As you go, and even making the round excessive way to get there, it doesn't seem like this individual, even getting attacked and even getting pushed, mildly annoyed. But as you're looking, I'll say, even as you're making your way over there, because obviously I feel like part of you would probably keep like a visual, like he's a threat, doesn't seem overly concerned about what you're doing. You go in, you take a swipe at like the Achilles of this creature, and you just hear this as he looks and sees and gets distracted by you as this attack happens.
So that's me after a 1 mile run is what it sounds like.
Basically.
Yeah.
Go ahead and or any other, or does that count as your
that is my action. And does me using my creative swordsmanship take a bonus action?
No.
Great. I would like
it
to
just
bonus
uses up the dice. It does use up the
Right. Perfect. I like to use a bonus action as I'm looking at my friends. Who's the most injured that I can see?
Fell probably.
Fell for sure. I'm gonna healing word him, and my healing word is I wink at him, but it's an audible, like I say wink.
He looks confused.
Yeah, as he's reinvigorated by 7 points.
Thanks. Okay. Okay.
I put my thumbs up and say, thumbs up.
Okay. Don't look at me, kid. Puts his hand up so that you guys don't have to make eye contact. Very cool. You are in melee now with this creature. That is going to be Val with Pierce on deck.
I was going to cast Hail of Thorns, but I'm not going to cast Hail of Thorns. Am I in melee with the creature as well?
You're about 5 feet away, so yes.
Okay, so I'm going to use my dagger that I keep on me at all times that I've never brought up until this point in the campaign.
Love it.
But don't worry, it's my favorite one. Does a DC of 21 hit?
Say that one more time.
Does a DC of... Wait, 21, does that hit?
21, so what'd you roll on the die?
I got a 15 plus 6.
Okay, cool. We're making sure. Well, it's not a DC, so DC is difficulty challenge.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know all the tech. Does a 21 hit?
Yes, it does.
There we go. Thank you so much. Okay. And then that is 7 points of piercing damage with Pierce in the room.
Oh, right on. You go in.
+2. I'm just kidding.
You go and you're able to, you get a pretty decent, I think as at this point it's also, or actually go ahead and roll one more time because you can do it with advantage because it is distracted, and just to see if you crit. I mean, either way you hit, but just on the off chance that you crit.
I did not crit.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure. But either way, as its attention has been drawn to Buka, you're able to go, its side is exposed, and you are able to, a dagger that Thel gave you the first couple months that you moved out here as he was teaching you like the ways of the woods, and you're able to get like a massive jab in.
Is he surprised I kept it?
No, he's seen it.
Okay.
He's never surprised.
He's not surprised, nor is he grateful. He would have been upset if you didn't have it, though.
He's always upset.
Any bonus actions from Val?
No.
Cool. As that's happening, go ahead, everybody, and give me perception checks.
Perception.
I got a 19.
For why?
That's great. I love that for you. I got an 8.
I got a nat 20.
Uh,
Heightened senses because we're in a battle scene.
No, I love it. I'll
It's-
say only because Thel didn't roll that great either. Only Val and Pierce do you see this using up as he's viewing what's going on. This white-haired individual looks at you and will take. Actually, I'll see who he ends up hitting. But cool.
I wish you had stayed on him.
Buka and Thel. He is gonna cast a spell on you. Buka, it's a 22 to hit.
Yeah, barely.
Only 6 points of damage.
Great.
And then for
Alright.
Thel,
Okay. I was like, what's the additional coming at me?
for Thel, just hits with that first attack, and then definitely hits with the second one. As he hurts Thel for 17 points of damage.
Just rude.
As from his hand, there is this. It genuinely looks like shadows have, like, the shadow below him almost seems to go up his arm, and it starts to form like a ball, and then he holds it tight, aims it towards you guys, and then 3 like waves go out, and then one hits Book in the chest, 2 of them hit Thel, and then so you guys are the first ones to notice this. And you're just noticing shadows start to like form around him. Like his own shadow has just physically spread out more. But that is going to be Pierce.
Well, I guess we're all focused on this freaking creature. So
Harambe. Haram blood.
nice.
Nice.
Yeah, that was good. I'm gonna single hand strike this creature. And because Val is like right up on him, I'm gonna like go across his upper chest. So it's like over top of Val's head. 18 to hit.
18 hits.
I'm crouching. Wait, no, I'm short.
10 points of damage.
You could be both. You could be both short and crouching.
But I didn't know this
Damage.
was happening on my turn.
But
So
when
I'm
you threw your
short.
knife, you went, huh, and crouched as well. Maybe.
She didn't throw it. She stabbed.
Yeah, but like, huh.
Any bonus actions from Pierce?
I know, I'm just gonna swing backhand.
Yeah, go for it.
17 to hit.
17 hits.
Nice. 9 points of damage.
Right on.
I'm so sorry, can we pause? My ship fleet's calling me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On a side note, do you guys want to go on a Disney cruise?
When?
I don't know.
I would love to. But I hate motion sickness. So I will get
Well-
Sofran and all the things.
Right. Well, the bigger the boat, the less the motion sickness.
Yes.
Still.
Was on big, yes.
Ah,
I like that laugh.
It's okay. I'll get the patch.
right. Well, there's
Mm.
their Disney cruise line launches out of Galveston, Texas, go to the Caribbean.
My god sister went on that one. They really liked it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I
Like
don't
the
know
two
what it
kids.
was on my feed. It was like this or that for cruise lines. It was like
Mm.
Norwegian or Carnival, and Norwegian beat Carnival in most of it. But then it was like Norwegian and Disney, and they were like half and half.
Oh, la, 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 la.
4 nights for 2 people, $18.16. Almost $2,000.
16.
Yeah. Shows, fireworks, character experience, water slides, pools, movies. Ooh, that's fun.
What about 4 nights for 4 people?
I'm thinking double that.
But they might have a deal.
They might have a deal. Let me see. 4 few dates. Yeah, just about. Well,
All
a
good?
little bit cheaper.
Since we're already in a quick pause, can I pee?
Yes. Oh my
No.
god.
Sorry.
UTI.
Hurry up, bro.
Catheter.
4-night Western Caribbean cruise from Galveston. It's a Marvel day at sea. So 4 guests, 4 nights, $31.68
Oh, that's
for
not
4 of
bad.
us. That's not bad.
No.
Yeah, it's it's like just about the price of a Disneyland season pass for a non-SoCal resident for the basic
I wanna
Disneyland
get
pass.
one.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. I just love the environment of just like being able to be there, you
It's
know?
magical.
Right.
I hate monopolies. Love Disney Monopoly.
Right.
Will give them all of my money.
Yeah. So we'll see. I was talking with my business coach, and my two paths that I'm looking at right now, since Hawaii's not on the 5-year plan, is getting closer to home, which is the closest I can get is SoCal, which is also terrifying. Don't like really want to do that, but SoCal is, my younger sister lives in San Diego, and it's a 4.5-hour flight. So like,
Yes.
or
But think
or
about all of like the Asian stuff that's in Southern California.
you're so right. There's a lot of Asian stuff going on. A lot of food, a lot of West Coast culture. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Renee, are you gonna operate in California?
Bro, I don't know. They already got rid of 30 spots, so I couldn't tell you.
They got rid of 30 spots?
They're
Really?
like, we're gonna give it to current operaters. They're over budget for operators right now.
You have what to current operators?
I could have told us that. I was like, where are we gonna get that money from to
They have the money.
well, to quadruple our operators?
They got
in 2
rid
years?
they got rid of 7 operations yesterday.
Oh wow.
How'd
They're
they do
like,
that?
we're gonna give it to the operator that's there already. So sorry,
The
But don't
closest
worry.
operator. Yeah.
more opportunities are coming. So, anyways,
Yeah, that's getting cut.
well, yeah, we had a
I
whole
don't
pee
know
break.
what we're talking about.
Yeah, we're on a pee break.
Cool. Anything else from Pierce?
No, I think that would be it.
Cool. This creature is going to.
They look hurt.
He's looking hurt. It doesn't look like it's not having an effect. Like you could tell, he's definitely cut up. Doesn't quite look like he's down for the count, but he is. Pierce, you just hit him.
Yeah, that's fair.
You hit him too good.
Plus, Val is so small.
Is going to take a bite at you.
Makes sense, I guess.
Kiss him. Mwah.
Does a 12 does not hit.
Nope.
You go and you like
Loser.
as you see this, like, or actually, I'm so sorry. He's gonna roll this with advantage as he is going to start attacking recklessly. As he's getting a hit and attacked, does a 24 hit.
Yes, 24 freaking hits. Gotta have some.
The people listening have no clue what you're talking about. So cool. He is gonna take his bite at you. Definitely hits. That is going to be 11 halved to 5.
Cool.
And then he is going to take 2 fist attacks at you.
Does he get reckless on all of his attacks? Nice. I don't know. We have advantage on all attacks on him until his next turn.
True. 22 to hit.
Yeah.
As he is going to take 10 points of bludgeoning, halved to 5. And second attack is going to be a 25 to hit.
That's true.
14 bludgeoning damage, half to 7.
Yeah.
How's Pierce looking?
I mean, like, worse than he was, but like,
we're there. We're good.
Yeah.
Very cool. That is going to be the end of this creature's turn. At the end of this creature's turn, he is going to make a roll.
A physical roll, or
he is roll a wisdom saving throw.
To see if he doesn't.
And fails. You can still see this ferocity and this craziness in its eyes. And with that, because Pierce and Val, you guys rolled well earlier, you see that the shadows that had formed around this white-haired individual suddenly encapsulate him. Shadow sinks into the ground. Shadow disappears, and he is gone.
I didn't even get to tell him he was handsome.
he knows.
The shadow reappears as he hears you whisper, "Dang. I didn't get to tell him he was handsome." Just his head pops up from the ground as he looks you dead in the eye and winks, and also says, "Wink," and then disappears.
He would say, "I know."
As he's sinking into carbon freezing. Yeah.
Yeah,
What a Han Solo moment.
He knows.
Carbon freezing. Ugh.
As that's happening, he is gonna take a hit with his own dagger, actually.
Twin daggers. Yay.
Twin daggers.
Does it look the same?
It does look the same.
Is it like bigger though?
His is like a buck knife.
Nice.
It's a short sword.
Honestly, it basically is at this point. Cool.
I'm thinking like K-bar, like full on like bayonet stuff.
Pretty decent actually. 8 for that first one and 7 for the second one. As he goes in, this thing is hurting at this point as he sees the same area that Val took the stab in and goes in and tries to almost make like a larger wound. And this creature is bleeding at this point. And it's blood, not like a traditional red color. It's almost black. With how dark it is. But this thing is on death's door. I will say, as that's happening, Buka, you still, because we're gonna go into your turn.
Mhm.
You still feel that crackle of energy from the door, but it is your turn.
Monster on death's door. Barrier still up. Okay. I think obviously I didn't have any good perception for when the shadows were appearing, but did I notice him getting whisked away? Did I
think
see?
you
Yeah.
see just like the visual. I don't know if you necessarily see like how, but like in your peripheral, you just see appearing.
And can I, from seeing that, do I have a sense of where he went or just gone?
You just feel like he's gone. Like you don't sense him. Like you still feel like, again, the crackle of just energy in the room. And now that you've attributed to the wall that's blocking the door, but then you just don't notice him. Like he's definitely not in the vest.
Dang it. Okay, so I'm going to, in frustration, swipe at this monster again.
Go ahead and roll. You may do this with advantage.
Yes. Perfect. I'm going to need it. First roll is a 10. Natural 20.
Go ahead and roll.
Okay, 2d8 plus 5. 1d8. 2d8. Nice. That's 15.
How do you finish this creature off?
I think I see this white-haired man disappear, and in frustration because the magic is still up, I just kind of backhand my rapier at the back of his knee because he's still not looking at me. The monster, right? Was attacking.
Not anymore.
Yeah. Okay. So not even looking at me, I just like slash at the back of his knee and somehow nick an artery or something as he falls down and starts bleeding out.
As he's bleeding out, he collapses on the ground, and then you just see almost like a balloon deflating, sinks down, and then just becomes this massive pool of blood. But we are semi out of initiative. As that's happening, Thel just goes and just says, "Who the hell was that guy?" He was the guy in the cave, but
right. I didn't actually get his name. I'm so sorry. There's a barrier on the door. I can't get in to warn anybody.
He goes and sees the barrier, just briefly being able to tell just that there's this barrier. He goes in with the dagger and tries stabbing at it and just cannot get through. But like you realize that he is like semi-aware of the magic that's there, and he's like, I don't think we're gonna be able to get through this door.
Is there another way into the war room?
No, the whole point is that it's a safe room, but they use it to their advantage and have them caged in there.
Okay, well, if other things can't get in, then I mean that also means they can't get out, but we should be able to stop any outside forces from getting close, right? We can stop them.
As you say that, outside, you hear this sound, different sound, but you hear this. It almost sounds like just like sound, like just physical sound waves, almost manifested from outside. Thel looks in that like outside, like in the direction of outside, and just says, "What the hell? What else is going on? Come with me." Nudges with you guys, and just be careful. Kubash is still out there.
Right.
And then he goes and kind of opens the door carefully, looks around, and makes his way out. And as the door is opened, it's like the sound of sand falling. just louder than any like hourglass that you could have ever imagined. And you guys look and see on top of the actual admin building that you guys had been before, you guys see two figures standing over another figure. So you see this white-haired individual has made his way up there somehow in the span of 30 seconds to a minute. And then standing next to them, taller, wider, in even from a distance, you could tell this amazing, just like armor. Just like you could tell from the gleam of armor as this is happening. They have the Archforge hanging over the edge of the roof as you are witnessing them from this distance.
Mm-hmm.
The sound of sand continues to fall louder and louder. Almost like forming out of the air itself. You see first, not you can't even see its feet as it's almost like this roiling cloud that disappears into the air almost. But as the rest of its body starts to form, you see the edges and the hem of this magnificent glowing golden sash. The rest of its body, no shirt, this dark red skin, and this humanoid that stands probably about 10 feet tall almost is manifested in the air itself. The figure in armor, almost unlike anything you had ever seen, except you had seen someone, and from a distance, you can't even tell if they look alike or not. But as far as what kind of being this is, you guys saw one in one of the protectors just the night before. You guys see this massive Aasimar. Looks different than the protector that you guys had seen before.
Right.
You guys see this Aasimar in this pristine armor holding the Archforge, and even from a distance, you could tell that the Archforge is hurt and bruised. And as this djinn, this Amber Veil djinn, makes its presence known, the sound of sand falling immediately just stops, and this booming voice just goes, "Unhand him. Unhand my ward, or face the destruction of the Ember." And there is this moment where you see both the white-haired individual and this Aasimar both look, and as this Aasimar drops the Archforge from a great height, the Ember Veil immediately swoops down. Buka starts running towards this moment. Again, this is happening 200 feet away from you. Do the rest of you guys follow?
Yes.
The Ember Veil Fell's right behind you guys. Fell, witnessing this craziness as well. You just hear him say, "What?" As the Ember Veil swoops down and catches the Archforge before he can fully make it to the ground. You guys also feel this heat emanating from the distance. This is going to be happening in bullet time. From the hands of the white-haired individual, you see kind of that similar inky darkness, but it looks different. It looks heavier as they cast this spell, and the shadows seem to cover the Archforge and the Ember Veil for like a second as they cast the spell, and the Aasimar leaps off the building. At this point, magnificent blade in one hand, massive shield in the other, as they go and take a full swipe. At this point, the Ember Veil is able to put the Archforge down, and two massive swoops go down as they take swings. And this Aasimar, I can let you guys with their two hits, just to I think show the weight and power that this Aasimar has. Does 64 damage with two hits as the Ember Veil, this creature that you guys had never seen before, a djinn, this magnificent, almost mythical being, immediately after this shadowy attack from above, and then these swoops that, as the attacks were happening, it almost was each hit almost like the sound of a bell being rung, like a clear crystal bell almost. And there's like a moment when the Ember Veil almost becomes more corporal, hands on the ground, as you could see that it's sustained serious damage. And there's a point where it grabs the edge of the sash itself. You could tell the Ember Veil is attempting to cast a spell, and then the figure above, some of you guys have seen it before to some capacity, casts a counter spell, blocks whatever magic in that moment that it cast. The Archforge at this point, don't know if he's dead or unconscious lying next to him. Another 2 swipes, and at that point, the sound of sand begins again as the rest of its body. You guys are running. You guys witness. At this point, I'll say you guys stop probably about 30 feet away from you. You guys witness the Jinn, this creature that you guys are seeing up close for the first time, become fully incorporeal. The rest of its body slowly becoming sand as this pile just starts to form massively. The only thing still tangible and physical being a golden sash itself. And then this Aasimar goes and looks at you. Go ahead and give me insight checks as that happens.
We got an 11.
Oh, what a great number. I also got an 11.
I got a nat 1.
Nat 1.
Almost an 11.
I think as it's happening, Val, you're looking at this, and I think so much of your worry, obviously this craziness has happened, and I think part of you is still in that fight or flight mindset, and I don't think you're catching some of the nuances. With an 11 for Buka and for Pierce, it's hard to gauge as you witness this Aasimar strike down this mighty being who is the guardian of the Archforge, who you guys have befriended, who you also see lying on the ground. But you almost get the feeling that there is no joy being derived from this action being done.
I look at the Aasimar. Is he...
She.
What type of mark... She.
Mm-hmm.
Does she have any markings that possibly like give me a distinction of what group she's a part of?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Nice. 19.
With a 19, you see a symbol branded onto the armor that is almost like a diamond with a claw gripping it from the top.
Does everybody feel like they're frozen? Nobody's
in this
really
moment.
Yeah.
There's no movement. Only sound at this point just being the actual fire itself.
I yell out, "Why? What? Why would you have to do this? What's the purpose?"
She locks eyes with you as you say that. Again, you guys are about 30 feet away. You notice tears coming down her face as she says, "This happened because the master willed it so." Looks at you all. "I derive no joy from this, but just know that a greater good will come from it.
Who is the master?
You shall meet him soon enough." Spectral wings sprout behind her, almost looking like rotted or burned. It's kind of hard to tell, but you could tell they're half ethereal, half real. They sprout behind her, massive wings, and then just as she makes her way back to where this white-haired individual is. Still has a sword in one hand, clutching the golden sash in that same one, and then the shield in the other. And as she makes her way up, the sun starts to hit her, starts illuminating this figure and creating like almost like a brighter light as this halo of light forms behind her. Beautiful if it wasn't for the blood dripping down the sword itself, and just says, "All will face the wonders that the master has to offer. All will see the beauty that he can bring. Do not fight it. Do not be his enemies, but rather see this pain as something where something beautiful can sprout." Lands.
I run over to the Archforge.
You go and run the Archforge. Pulse. weak,
I cast
incredibly.
I cast a healing word on him.
Go ahead and cast. As that's happening, you're still able to look. It's hard to fully see the figure. The figure is on top of the building now, just from the vantage point that you're at as you approached. But everyone, go ahead and give me another round of perception checks.
Right. He heals for 7
Beautiful.
from my healing word. I would like to forego this perception check and instead be looking around for the sand.
You are kneeling among it.
I want to hurriedly gather sand, as much sand as I can. I'm going to take my rapier out of my sheath and I'm going to put the sand into the sheath, as much of it that I can. And I'm going to reach back for like bags or anything like that can.
We have the bag of holding.
Right. So I'm going to
Well,
start.
you have the bag of holding.
Right. So I reach back for the bag and I'm not like, I don't know why. I feel like we need to take this.
I'll toss it at you. Yeah.
You toss
Perfect.
it. Go ahead and for that, Val and Pierce, go ahead and give me perception.
I got a 14 plus
14.
5, 19.
I got a 9.
A 9. With, you said 14 for Val?
19 plus 5.
19. Oh, 19's awesome. With a 19, you see a couple more figures make their way to the top of the building. You don't know if they climbed up there, got there magically. You just don't know. But as you look up, Val, you toss it. Pierce, I think you're seeing them, but part of your danger sense is always like there's more. And so I think you're still like weary of what's happening. You see 6 individuals standing at the top of this building, as the Aasimar being one of them, still holding the golden sash, the white-haired individual being the other, Kubosh, axe still at his hands. You see a massive blue dragonborn. You see another face that you guys haven't seen since the warehouse fire. You see Lena make her way out as well, the shortest among them. And you see a figure just in a full cloak, face covered. And even with that 19, you could tell from where the cloak is designed, it's almost like part of it, but a mask of some kind with massive antlers stemming from the top. You with a 19, you don't feel like it's antlers of the individual, but it seems like part of the mask or the head cover itself, as they look down on you guys. And you hear Kubosh's voice just go, "This is not the end." And then still has the axe out, points it towards Thel, who's behind you, and just says, "I will kill you, Thel. And I'll kill your children too. My children versus your children next time." And you see that the Dragonborn says something, and Kubosh brushes him off to the side. And then the Aasimar speaks up again and just says, "Soon, a new era will face Solovant. And Solovant can either understand and truly be transformed, or they will be destroyed. But just know that a new era is upon us." And same light as the ones you guys had seen when you guys were investigating the cave. Bright light, and the 6 figures are gone. Any thoughts?
I feel like Pierce, at this point, is like he during this whole thing sheathed his sword because he was just like listening. And now I'd like to go looking for the floor marshal. I think I'm gonna go back to the war room.
Cool.
See if that barrier went down.
Anybody else doing anything in this moment?
Buka is kneeling in the sand. And I don't think I'm putting sand directly into the bag of holding, but I'm like grabbing things out of the bag of holding to put sand in. Like, no, they took the sash, but the sand came from the djinn. Like this sand. And as I'm holding the sheath made from Daniel, as long as we have a part of it, they'll always be with us, right? As I look up at Val.
You hear a cough from below you.
Archforge.
Dude, yes. The Ember Veil. Tears streaming. Yes. He will be with us.
I think that Val is speechless.
Pierce, as you make your way to the war room, individuals storming out, making their way out. Give me a quick perception check.
12.
A certain head of household and their protector is not present amongst all the individuals making their way out. You do not see the head of House Nixvarn nor their protector amongst everyone that makes out. There's confusion and there's madness. We now cut to 2 weeks later. After the attack of Lenneth Academy, the conclave continued in what would be its longest gathering yet, usually lasting 1 to 3 days. This one would last for 11. Allies and enemies among the houses either solidified or fell apart as trust is broken and lost, with each of the heads of the houses not knowing who knew what and if anybody had sided with the enemy. This was enforced even more with the obvious absence of House Nixvarn. Eventually, after 2 weeks, no true resolution was decided, and the conclave ended with all of the heads during this time departing to their respective homes. Suspicious, doubt heavy in the air. During this time, fires would be put out, mourning and funerals would take place, and slowly but surely reconstruction would begin. You would all be allowed some leeway with your time at the academy, but with the conclave happening and investigations taking place, no one would be allowed to leave, including yourselves. You rest, recover, alongside Thel, Darcy doting and taking care of everyone, tending to the injuries you all sustained. But eventually, as things begin to settle slightly, you are given your freedom to leave. And now you find yourselves in a war room, but a very, very different one from before. You are all in a room that you have never seen back at the Keep in Alcor, your home. The chamber is lit only by the low blue flames of mage lamps, their glow catching the facets of Weaver's silver crown. Queen Weaver, young though the weight of her crown has aged her eyes, stands at the head of this long oak table. Around it sits Helena, the lanterns, the Archforge with the four marshal behind him, and you three. At her right, the Archforge of House Karzari shifts uncomfortably, the heavy golden sash of his station folded across his lap. His voice is hoarse when he speaks, the words slow and deliberate. When they took me, he begins, I was meant to be unconscious. Their mage thought the spell had worked, but it hadn't. I could not move, but I could hear. They spoke of retrieving the next components. But one name was clear enough for me to remember. Sablefen. He glances between all of you as if the name itself might bring ill fortune. He continues, Sablefen is not ours. It lies deep within House Kael'mor's territory. We dare not step there openly. Doing so would be as good as a declaration of war. You all see Weaver's head incline, acknowledging the truth. That is why House Karzari cannot send soldiers, and why Numir cannot send an official envoy. Too much attention, too many questions. With this, Weaver looks at You three. Her gaze finds you all. I think she sees in each of you some scars, some visible, some not, from the battles you've already fought. They are after something, she says. Powerful, magical components. A spell, perhaps one too dangerous to name. The Crystal Talons already have what they took from Lenneth. If they gather more, we may not have the strength to stop what they mean to unleash. She leans forward, her shadow stretching long across the table. This is not a task for armies. This is not a task for banners and speeches. This is for those who can walk unseen. You would have to move quickly before the trail grows cold. You have to be cunning, patient, and unshakable. For Sablefen is not a place of gentle welcomes. The firelight catches her eyes, and for a moment she looks less like a queen and more like the girl you had once followed into the woods. You three have faced them before. You have seen their masks, heard their voices in the dark. You know the shape of the danger. I would not ask this of you if I thought there was another who could do it better. But I know that there is a chance to uncover the truth and stop the Crystal Talons before their work is complete. And it lies with you. Her voice lowers, but each word seems to strike. If you choose to go, there will be no reinforcements to call upon. You will walk into a place that does not want you, searching for an enemy that already knows your faces. And should you fail, then all of Numir, and perhaps far more, will pay the price. The room falls silent. Somewhere far below in the sleeping streets of Alcor, a clock tolls midnight. Weaver strains up, her staff tapping once again against the stone floor, sending a faint ripple of magic through the air. I will not command you, she says, but I will ask you, as your queen, but also as your friend, will you go to Sablefen before the Crystal Talons claim for whatever dark design they are planning? Outside, the wind rattles shutters, and the sound of the bells fill the night. And that is where we're going to end chapter 1 of our story.
How did it kill
Um,
Spell? Lives.
Yeah.
Buka has doubled his PTO apparently.
Yeah, we're at.
Being
We're
gone
at.
for
Are we at? We're 5 weeks now.
5 weeks now?
Because we were at almost. We were like coming up on 3, and then
Right.
it's been 2 now. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I have other
Yeah.
questions. But...
Yeah, so I mean, we can talk about it off mic, but thank you for everybody listening. We're super thankful to get episode 30 in. But yeah, we will be taking a short, I'll say 2-week break. I will say that we will be 2 weeks still posting other things, but we will take a short 2-week break off the main campaign. Give me a chance to come up with this next chapter for my players. But thank you to my players. Thank you Val, Buka, and Pierce for a great chapter 1. And I guess we're going to see what's in store for chapter 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we will.
And with
Thank
that,
you.
of
Thank you,
course,
Renee.
of
Yeah.
course,
Thank
my
you
friends. And with
to our
that,
best DM.
I love you all. Cue the music.
Oh yeah.